You see the expectations. He's starting to come back around. That 5-year, $175 million deal, that certainly says that he needs to have some numbers that help get these fellas not only in the playoffs, but potentially flirting with an NL Central championship. So will we see that? We talked about it right before the All-Star break. He was putting the ball in the air in Baltimore. That led to some long balls in Cincinnati, and he hasn't cooled down since the All-Star break. So you see the signage right there, friends. Lessons with Los. Beautiful. This man, 14-year veteran of Major League Baseball, so he knows a thing or two about navigating around that batter's box. And you also know about expectations. With Alex Bregman, 5 years, $175 million. Everyone expected him to tear the cover off the ball, but it's not so easy, is it, Carlos?
No, I mean, it's very difficult. We're still human out there. And Jet Hoyer, why did he go after Bregman? Well, we know, man. Bregman is an absolute stud.
Okay.
We understand that he's a gamer, and he comes through in very tough situations. You know, when the game is on the line, we've seen him get big hits, and all the way from Houston, right, with the Red Sox. Man, we go back when he played in LSU, and he was a big-time player.
Absolutely.
Just a big-time player. He rises to the occasion. That's the player I want on my team.
Okay.
And I know him, a little bit, his family. He comes from a great family, resilient, hardworking family. This man is a gamer, all right? Now, the pressure's real. You got to come out here to Chicago, the Cubs. You know the weight of the responsibility. It can get to you. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty as far as
when he struggles. What have you seen?
Yes, because at the end of the day, it's all timing.
Okay.
I believe that timing is the number one thing in all of hitting. Right? We can talk swings. We can talk about styles.
Would you say that being on time almost more important than raw bat speed?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. We've seen guys to the end of their career like David Ortiz. Bat speed was going down. He still raked. He understood timing.
Killer.
Right here, you see him sort of being rushed, right? I mean, this is early in the season. This is a timing issue. It's not. And then when you rush, you really chase the off-speed pitch. It goes hand in hand. If you feel like you cannot trust your hands and really get to the fastball because your brain signals to you, you're late, buddy. You can't get the bat out there. You collapse the backside. People think that you hit ground balls because you swing down. You hit ground balls because when you come at it and you're late, you collapse, swing goes up, and you top balls into the ground. Hands
trying to play catch up when you get that front foot down just a little too early. Then the front hip opens up, and it seems to be somewhat of a chain reaction.
Yeah, here comes your swing. You're trying to create space. You go backwards, swing goes up, you top balls, now you're on the ground. So people say, no, you need to swing up to hit more fly balls, hit the ball in the air. Not necessarily
true.
You could actually end up hitting more. You can do it with a little leaguer. Like, go ahead and pitch him. If he swings up, the ball's going down. He has to catch it perfectly for it to go up. But if he's deflecting the ball, it goes straight down, right? So Bregman, at the beginning of the year, hitting a lot of ground balls, not slugging. All right, man, my swing. No, let's go to timing. You know what he did? He actually went to a heavier bat.
Okay.
How about that?
So he went almost like this, because this bat is an absolute log. It's a thick handle right there, yeah.
I like this, right? Because you got to have your bat, you got to get it going. We could talk about
end cup, anything like that, end loaded or ready for damage.
But they're going to be like, wait a second, they throw really hard in the big leagues, you really need bat speed. Yes, but at the same time, if you are locked up, and Bregman doesn't have a lot of movement in his hands, right? So he's like this. Static, and then he goes, and he needed to feel a little bit more weight.
Okay.
And it's simple adjustment. He's now using Dansby Swanson's bat.
Sure.
And you're like, oh, that's superstitious. No.
Choking up just a little bit.
Actually, this works because he doesn't have a lot of movement, but now he's feeling the weight of that bat, and it makes you get to your slot.
Okay.
It forces you. You know you have a heavier bat.
Yeah.
And once you get an object in motion, it's easier to keep it in motion. That's just the law of physics, right? Newton's law, you said, right? I mean, you looked it up in encyclopedia. I appreciated that, right? But this is the thing. It's key. I mean, our kids, right? Your daughter, Paisley, is a great softball player, right? You went to a heavier bat with her. You suggested
and a longer bat.
And a longer bat. You're like, wow, that's crazy. Why would I do that? And now she's hitting placadas. I mean, right here, I pulled this up. I didn't even ask you for permission.
Okay.
But I'm going to show it right here. This is a home run by your daughter. Of course, you're very aware of this. This ball was crushed. Plagada!
Dead central.
Now, that's with a bigger bat.
That was.
And you're like, okay, how does that make sense? She understood she had a heavier bat.
Yeah.
She got ready early, and you can feel the weight going back, and then you got to get it in the slot, and it helps your timing, right?
Okay.
I did it with my son, Nico.
Sure.
Nico, I'm like, hey, Nico, here. you need to swing this bat. That's, he's been swinging my bat, Nico, right now practicing. Yeah. And this is a log. And if we play it right here, you can see how he uses the weight of the bat to just load his hands and then whack, here it comes.
That's the timing mechanism.
Because you can feel it. You can feel it. Now, Bregman doesn't have this much movement in his hands, but that whip is because of the heavy bat. So it's a missile, hit line drives.
Yeah.
And guess what? The ball, you don't have to think about hitting the ball in the air. The ball is going to go in the air naturally because this bat is round and the ball is round. So 1 degree off center, now the ball goes in the air. Why do I have to switch my swing going up? No, just try to meet it. Center of the bat with the center of the baseball. And don't worry about it. The fly balls will take care of themselves. You saw the slug. A lot more fly balls now. Is he trying to hit fly balls? No, he's just trying to line up his bat with the pitch, and the fly balls are taking care of themselves, and now he's hitting for power. You see the slug near 600,
sure.
The OPS near 1,000, and all he did was just grab a heavier bat, and now he's feeling the weight of it, and now he's on time. Beautiful to watch.
No doubt. And just to reemphasize, hitting the ball in the air and hitting the ball out of the ballpark isn't necessarily muscling up and trying to swing harder. Those balls with that backspin and that high trajectory, those are just byproducts of a good swing, aren't they?
That's it.
Being
That's
on
it.
time.
Because you're on time, if you're on time, and you get your barrel of the bat in line with the trajectory of the pitch, it's about maybe 10 degrees on average, right? On a fastball right down the middle. So that's almost level. That's almost a flat swing. And Bregman has a pretty flat swing, one of the flattest in baseball. That's all you have to do. As long as you're on time, you will get the lift. So, for the kids back at home, to hit home runs, it's not let me get underneath the ball. It's more like let me be on time to maximize whatever I have. Whatever skill I have gets maximized when you're on time. We've seen all kinds of stances.
Tony Batista.
It doesn't matter. You are on time, you will rake. At least you will maximize whatever you got. So it just buys you margin for error. Even your mistakes are going to be good. Those are going to be the doubles, the singles, the hard ground balls that go in the hole. You catch it right, home run.